Now, this is the latest twist. The Supreme Court has declined urgent listing of the Sasikala case. Lawyer G.S. Mani had moved a plea seeking to stop Sasikala from becoming Chief Minister, citing law and order problem that may arise. But the Supreme Court has refused urgent hearing in the matter. The Supreme Court's verdict on the DA case is also awaited by next week. My colleague Anusha Soni joining us at this moment. Now, Anusha, it is an interesting twist which we're seeing at the Apex Court, which is refusing to be rushed into hearing a matter regarding Sasikala. Give us more details.
Well, Devina, the details are as limited as you spelled out, that the Supreme Court has in fact taken urgent listing. But what the implication it has is that, there is no further legal impediment other than the verdict in the disproportionate assets case which Sasikala will face as far as the Supreme Court is concerned. So the only, the thorn as far as the court is concerned is that verdict which is awaited. Had the Supreme Court agreed to hear this matter on an urgent basis, there would have been a new box which would have opened up and, we would have seen court intervening in this matter. However, with the top court declining any such plea, to hear it on an urgent basis, this is likely to remain a political war and unlikely to have any, effect from the Supreme Court.
Absolutely, Anusha. So you have the hearing of the disproportionate assets case, which is also pending in the Supreme Court. Now, it's a fresh case. Now, the Supreme Court has said they will not be hearing the matter on Sasikala's elevation as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. But are there more PILs also that are expected to be filed in the court in this regard, so that there could be another plea where we can see the court intervention? Or will the court, after this order has given a strict stand that it's only the DA case verdict that will be now spelled out from the Supreme Court?
Well, Ravina, this is clear that, as far as any decisive step from the court is concerned, that will be the verdict in the disproportionate assets case, as you said, which is pending. The court was very clear in its tone and tenor when, this mentioning was happening today. It's an oral mentioning that happened, and the court said there is no need for any sort of urgent listing. And we must also understand that the Chief Justice did not make any remark, on this big political controversy which is going on in the state. So this is also a court refraining to pass any sort of observations, even oral observations on a politically sensitive issue. So by the demeanor of it, it looks like that the court is posturing that it wants to stay away from this political controversy as far as possible.
Okay, so urgent hearing on the plea seeking a restraint on Sasikala from becoming Tamil Nadu Chief Minister declined by the Supreme Court till its decision in the DA case. Let me go across to India Today Shiv Arur, who's been following all the developments from Tamil Nadu. Shiv, how does this impact the Game of Thrones that we're seeing in Tamil Nadu? Because the court saying that we do not want to intervene as far as the politics is concerned. We are only concerned with the constitutionality, the legality of the DA case, and that's one verdict where Sasikala could see nervous moments.
Could see nervous moments, and it could have implications for administrative stability as well. The court doing what is right in terms of saying that it cannot be dictated by politics or with the situation on the ground. It has to take its own time with a verdict of this magnitude, and therefore the timelines as far as when a decision can be made by the governor appears to be put into even more suspense, Devina. So far there had been speculation that the verdict would be out either today or on Monday, at the very latest last week. Because remember, last Monday, the bench had said, wait a week. They hadn't said wait 1 week or wait a few days. They said wait a week for that verdict, in that appeal of the Karnataka High Court judgment. So it appears that it was only, perhaps practical to expect that verdict would be available 1 week later, that is the coming Monday. Now, if it's not going to be on that Monday, but later in the week, it may not make that much of a difference. But if it's going to be endlessly delayed, that will of course have an impact on when a decision can be made by the governor. Because as we've been reporting here on India Today, Devina, Governor Vidyasagar Rao here in Tamil Nadu has made it pretty clear, without saying it explicitly, that he will take a call on the next Chief Minister or what to do next only once clarity comes from what that verdict is.
So we're looking at a stalemate. We're looking at a stalemate in the state with political crisis looming large. You have 90 AIA DMK hold up in a golden cage resort is what we can call it at the moment. You have OPS and Congress in a huddle as well in separate camps. But here is the question, Shiv, as well, that even as the DA case verdict is expected, the people have spoken out, and how? Because you have a social media campaign once the news broke out of Sasikala being anointed as the chief minister by her own party MLAs. Now you also have these PILs which are being given in the court against her elevation.
That is correct. That public interest litigation that was there against her elevation, has created, it's only one element in what is a groundswell of antipathy for Sasikala. Now, I don't say this lightly because, in the few days that we've spent here, we've had a chance to speak to people across the spectrum, not just political, but citizenry as well, Devina. And the general sense is Sasikala has not earned the right to be the chief minister and goes against the AIA-DMK's principle of, having one person as chief minister and the same person as the, general secretary of the party. They say that, under Jayalalitha, it was a very different issue. She was an elected representative. She had proven her mettle as an administrator and a politician, and therefore circumstances were very different from her. Sasikala, on the other hand, hasn't really, burnished her credentials simply by living in the shadow of Jayalalitha for 33 years and enjoying a lot of proximity. That hasn't entitled her by default, to leading the state. Maybe the party, that's something that O. Pannirselvam contests as well, but certainly not as chief ministership of the state. So the groundswell appears to be against her, but she certainly has the arithmetic, at least for the moment, on her side, Davina, and ultimately that may be what matters.
And she's proven herself to crawl back into the camp. We remember, Shiv, that how she was evicted from Poets Garden, but she managed to come close to the leader again. So that's the determination that Sasikala has and will be helpful in the political drama that's folding out in Tamil Nadu. Thanks for joining us for the moment. This is the story we're tracking from Tamil Nadu. The continuous coverage with the apex court now refusing to take a stand and hear a plea on Sasikala's chief ministerial elevation. But it's the disproportionate assets verdict that's a hanging sword over Sasikala's political future.